Hey, girl. Hey. Girl, I just want to let you know. Dear listeners, first of all, we apologize for last week, yada, yada, yada. I was in Florida. And
we were having a good time.
We were having a great old time, a gay old time even.
Your ass got drunk.
My ass got drunk. Let me just tell you, you always know it's going to be a good time whenever I suddenly say, fuck it, I want to see some guys half naked leather. Let's go.
I know. It took us a bit. Took us a bit to work you up into that. It did. You were like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, all right, sure.
Yeah, I'm good. Well, you see. Yes. I don't know. I ain't got nothing.
I mean, I thought you were about to have a little little whiplash looking around in that bar, honey. Yes, you were.
There were like two. That
one short Latino one, you were like, oh hey.
Oh yeah, he was not bad.
Oh honey, I know you have a type.
But mama approved.
I know. That next one slipped in your drool walking by.
Girl, did I tell you? I don't know if I remember telling you exactly what happened as I was leaving the restroom. Did I tell you this?
I'm so scared. No.
I took a wrong turn and nearly went to the VIP restroom.
Hey.
And they're like, VIP? I was like, no, thank you.
Sorry, I'm a good Christian woman. I can't do the VIP. I'm sorry.
Not in a restroom. So, dear listeners, we were talking about the Oscars, which I am very thrilled about. Everything Everywhere All at Once winning. I don't know about you, May,
it is the best thing in a long time.
It really is. But I read a interview with one of the writers or producers with Jimmy Kimmel who helped him write as well.
Okay.
So Tom Cruise did not show.
No.
Probably because he thought that Judd Apatow helped Jimmy Kimmel write. Because what Jimmy Kimmel does is he'll write stuff and send it out to 10 people he's close to review the jokes. One of them is Judd Apatow. So Judd Apatow and Tom Cruise have had beef for a long time.
Judd Apatow?
Yes.
Like, did he do a joke about him at some point? Or?
Yes.
Oh.
Probably about Scientology.
I forgot. We're not allowed to. I always forget that whole, like, we're not allowed to joke about Tom Cruise. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay.
So he didn't go because that they had like that whole bit with the Top Gun stuff.
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel was going to thank him for basically bringing people back to the theaters. Like he had a
thank you, Tom Cruise.
He had
for saving movies.
He had a whole speech. You thought it was Nicole Kidman this entire time. No, it's actually Tom Cruise. He had a whole speech written, and then when Tom didn't show, it got scrapped for that hubba 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 joke.
That's so. I mean,
Elrod hubba hubba.
We really do accredit that stupid Top Gun movie with saving the movie industry.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, it brought people back after the pandemic. Like it did.
Okay. If an Avatar would have,
girl,
and Black Panther and all. Girl, they just needed some blockbusters, and they weren't making no blockbusters.
Well, here's the thing. Did you watch the second Black Panther movie?
Not yet.
Okay, there you go. You and most other people. Did you see Avatar yet? Okay. I believe
Cameron listening. I mean, somebody had to watch that movie. It's like the third highest grossing movie of all time now. So here's my problem. Okay.
Yes.
Now let me say.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm not against them, right? I'm not against them.
Uh-huh.
I've just been really busy. But Avatar especially, here's my problem, because this was the same problem I had with the first Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Which
is
racism. Besides that, that's icing on the cake. I don't understand how a movie can be watched by so many people around the world, and I don't see anybody talking about it. Nobody. Like we're on Facebook a good amount, and other movies, people cannot stop talking about.
Mhm.
Nobody is talking about this movie, and
I
it's
know.
so when it first started doing well, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
But when the numbers kept going up, I was looking actively on social media like, is anybody raving and going crazy about how great this is? No. So I'm just very confused. Like, I don't get it. It's almost like it's like going to
So-
the fireworks on the 4th of July now. It's just we all go.
There are I don't like fireworks.
I don't either. I'm just saying.
There are groupies for Avatar. Like, you know how Star Trek has Trekkies and Star Wars has sad people. Well, Avatar has even sadder people.
Are you talking about my husband?
I don't know. Does your husband dress up in blue and go to see Avatar?
No, I meant the Star Wars one, dear. I was like, that feels loaded. Now that you've been in our house. That feels especially loaded.
I didn't see one bit of memorabilia about Star Wars.
What are you talking about? You were staring right at one.
What was I staring at?
The little Grogu that's in our kitchen? That's at the top of the 3 light boxes?
I did not notice it. Did I
Oh
say
my
something
God, that's
about
so
it? I don't.
No, that's so cool. I mean, that's interesting that you were so into the light box art that you didn't even notice the giant Grogu sitting on the top box.
I was. It was a lot of art.
Well, that too. I don't know what to say. I'm good.
It's so many rocks. Dear listeners,
I knew you
Dear
were going to bring
listeners.
this up. I knew.
Speaking of so many rocks, hey, babe.
You.
Did you know that we have a Patreon?
You're kidding.
Dear listeners,
Mazel tov.
if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some stones. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have another podcast?
You're kidding.
It's called You Slayed Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have some merchandise?
What?
If you go to mimsandmaim.com, you can throw us some merchandise. Hey, Maim, you can throw us some merchandise. Do you
Yes,
know what I
dear.
really like?
5-star reviews.
5-star
Why can't
reviews.
I stop laughing? Why can't
Dear listeners, I love 5-star reviews. I haven't checked in to see if we've had any in a while, so let's check in right now. Knowing that there ain't going to be none.
Why have I?
Oh!
I can't stop laughing.
No, that's not a new one.
Oh, my heart. Oh, jeez, Louise.
Oh, no. We don't have any.
Oh,
Okay.
good
do we have any
Lord.
no. Okay. But dear listeners, I do love
Dear
5-star
listeners,
reviews.
do better. Do better, dear listeners.
I love 5-star reviews. It keeps our ratings up and etc. But let's go back to these rocks. Dear listeners, I know we've talked about Mr. Maim's geodes in the past. There are a few. No comment, Maim?
No, I'm laughing because we had a thing happen this week.
Uh-oh.
That's why I'm laughing a lot. I broke the garbage disposal, and the fellow that came to fix it, obviously we have to clear around the sink so he can work.
Oh, no.
And so dear listeners, one thing about my husband is that he borders on hoarder and minimalist, and that's a very strange combination.
Yes, dear listeners,
Yeah.
there are lots of rocks and empty aquariums. It was very interesting. Go on, Maim.
They're full of water.
I don't think they were when I was there.
No, they're always full of water.
Oh, where are the fish?
No, there was little glass octopuses in there.
Oh, I didn't.
It was more art. It was like another. It was more art.
God damn. Come on, you had to clear the sink.
Anyway, so we had to clear his space, and then afterward, he was like, "Do you think I should just leave some of this off the counter? Do you think it looks better?" And I was like, it looks cleaner. And so I mean, I didn't know what to say. I don't know. I've never been good at defining for him what is better or worse, because when I first met him, he was very minimalist, and now it's like the minimalist doesn't apply to geodes and crystals.
I would handle it by saying, well, what do you think, honey?
I've done that before, and you saw what it got me. You physically saw what it got me.
Well, honey, do you want to start playing marbles? This is season 4, episode 11. They don't shoot fat women, do they?
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the light went out in Georgia. The light went out, the light went out, the light went out, the light went out. And that is the night the light went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Oh,
So
I guess the audience probably imagined that we were going to be a bit sillier today after our visit with each other.
Yeah. It was cleansing our soul. It got us back to a point.
Oh yeah, that fiber, right? And that helped you a lot.
It did. As a matter of fact, my poops are now normal again.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
Praise him. So we're at Sugar Bakers.
Sugar Bakers.
And Anthony is working with Operation World Hunger, and he's going to do a 48-hour fast.
Oh, wow. That's a good amount of time.
Julia is very supportive, very supportive of him.
This part was weird.
Yeah, yes, it was. They're giving out pins if you successfully do it. Julia says, yes, she'll absolutely do it, but they're a little short on pins. She's like, that's fine. And then they have a very sweet moment about how they mean a lot to each other, right? I thought it was very nice that Julia and Anthony had this moment, although it is a juxtaposition to something shitty that's going to happen later on the episode.
Yes, it is definitely that. I also thought for a minute there, I mean, I knew what the future of the show was, but I was like, gosh, this feels almost like Anthony's being written off the show.
I know, right?
It had that kind of gravity to it that the show does not normally carry.
Also, isn't it funny that we wait for pregnant Charlene to be gone, and the first episode after is this?
Well, Charlene's not there for the levity now, so it's time to get real. The real world, Atlanta.
So Mary Jo's here, the real world Atlanta. Was there ever real world Atlanta?
Oh, I have no idea. I stopped after 4, so
Which was 4? Which was Seattle?
Seattle was actually no. I stopped there for 5. 5 was Seattle. Real world.
I'm googling it too. Yes, there was.
Wow, it was season
33.
This was recent. That's surprising. I would have thought it would have been sooner. Also, there's over 30 seasons of The Real World.
Mm-hmm.
They just kept doing it, apparently.
Mm-hmm. White
Good
trash,
Lord.
white trashing.
Do kids, I mean, do they like that now?
Which one's the gay one? I don't even know if there is a gay one. That's sad.
What a very... This is very strange. I'm having this very it says on here, this article from 2019, why the creator of MTV's The Real World is betting on Facebook Watch for the realest season yet. What does that mean?
Hold on, I need to make a phone call.
Hello.
Facebook Watch shut down, girl.
Oh, dang it. Apparently, season 28, The Real World Real World Portland was a particularly bad one because it said that ratings took a nosedive after season 28.
Girl, how could you tell on MTV?
I don't, well, I mean, WeHo tells us we know what a nosedive is after that show.
Well, girl, it's because they took away our hour and a half of RuPaul.
Oh, I know. I know.
You know, even with this, imagine how much better / worse the season of RuPaul's would be if it was an hour and a half long.
Well, you gotta do think about the last episode. It was so much better because they could dwell on things and let the girls like do their thing. You know, I mean, I can't even understand how MTV thought that was ever a smart idea.
Controversially, a brave opinion. They should have both been safe.
We thought so too.
Yeah.
We were really surprised it wasn't a double save because I mean, it was really like pitch perfect on both parts of it.
Yeah,
yeah. I was actually upset about that.
I think Marsha. I think MTV does not allow for.
Yeah, they must
additions.
lock in the actual seasons. I bet.
Yeah.
But the one good thing I thought after that was, I can easily, because of her makeup and everything else, she's coming back for All Stars.
Oh,
because she's very green. She's all of this. Like, give her two All-Star cycles and she'll be back.
You think too? I think she may be back on the text one. And you heard the rumor that Sasha Colby's taking over for Rue, right?
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that this is Rue's last season. Sasha Colby's going to be her replacement. They're going to crown her, and she's going to be the replacement.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. I mean, I'm not against it. It just feels a little strange because, I don't know, there's so many queens that have like such a large loved fan base that it seems, you know.
Well, Mary Jo's here. She's tired of everything, including shaving her legs.
Me too, girl. Me too. Oh, wait, I don't do that. Never mind.
Well, Suzanne's here. She's got a bunch of dresses.
Yes. Oh, because she's too big for them.
Yeah, she's got dressed for class reunion. You know, she's gained a little bit of weight. And Julia's like, well, they all look so matronly. And Mary Jo's like, well, you should go to that place that has designer things for, you know, larger women called Big and Beautiful. Suzanne's like, well, maybe I'll just go to Fat and Fabulous or, you know, get some fabric from George Tenton Awning. I love it how George Tenton Awning keeps coming
that
up.
line got me. That line got me.
Uh-huh.
As a queen who has actually made dresses out of fabrics like that, I'm like, you could, girl. Technically, you could.
And Mary Jo has a good point. If it's a nice story, a store for larger women, plus size women, it's women of distinction. For poor women, it's called fat girls. And the one here is Catherine's. And Lane, of course, there's always Lane Bryant. Let's not forget about Lane.
Do you guys have Torrid there?
I thought Torrid was also. Is Torrid Plus?
Yeah. Torrid is the sexy version of Lane Bryant.
Oh, yes, we have Torrid then.
Yeah, that's what Torrid is. It's owned by Lane Bryant. They're literally like the clubbing outfits for Lane Bryant before you get to Lane Bryant, for like young Lane Bryant girls.
Oh, so like where I'd go.
No, definitely. That's actually where you'd probably go to get some of your new drag outfits.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really interesting. I mean, your mom's not really like plus size. Like, you know, my mom has always been plus size my whole life. And it was this episode, I always forget just how, like, you know, it kind of pokes me.
Let's take a step back because Suzanne is probably a 12, 14.
I don't think so here. I think she's a 16 here.
I don't think so. I think that's the TV and the other one's being so small.
No, that's not why I say that. Okay. I think that she's a 16 because of her bust size. Because her chest is getting larger. Her chest is getting larger.
That's fair.
Yeah, like it's not because of her waist. Because when she's in like another outfit later in the episode, like she still has a little like snatched waist. Like, but that cleavage is starting to get
You're right.
it's overwhelming.
And back when dresses did that, it was they were boxes. You're right.
Because they were boxes, and so it was like you couldn't. I mean, gosh, Suzanne now it'd be like Lizzo. Like she'd still look freaking fabulous if it was now.
Yep. Yes. So Mary Jo talks about this magazine that her neighbor gets about the short stories with fat girls getting the women and the thin, wispy women getting dumped. And what the fat girl in the story is named Rosemary, and Suzanne says, "So you think I'm Rosemary?" And Mary Jo's like, "Yeah, she's the neat one." And Suzanne's like, correctly, "No, she's the fat one." And
when Suzanne did that line, I feel like I forgot just how like up and down this episode goes with the empowerment, right? Like it goes up and down and up and down, and I forgot because I got excited. I was like, "Oh, I feel like this episode was a very uplifting episode," and boy, as I watched it again and sobbed.
I don't think this episode's empowering at all.
No.
It is 80s. You need to lose weight, Suzanne.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yep.
So Julia says, "Well, are you sure you want to go to this reunion because you gained weight in your face too, and it's noticeable."
Yeah, you can see her. You can see the drag queen contour around her jawline. Thanks HD television at this point.
And so Suzanne gets ready to leave, and Anthony looks at her and offers, it's like, "How would you like to join a 48-hour fast?" And she just looks at him and said, "How would you like a fat lip?"
Comedy gold.
Comedy gold, yes. Yeah. This is such a painful episode for me.
I mean, it's a painful subject matter, and it's like I just forgot. I mean, I guess we're so far removed that I forgot how plus size women were treated back then. Yeah, it's just
I mean, girl, she should just have some Ozempic or Wegovy.
You've been sitting on that joke this whole day.
Look. When Jimmy Kimmel said he's wondering if Ozempic's right for him, and Mindy Kaling had the Ozempic face, because Mindy Kaling's on Ozempic, like, or Wegovy. All Wegovy is high-powered Ozempic. Like, they're the same drug.
Let me ask this question.
Yeah, sure.
While the subject's up, because I know about it. I don't know that much about it, but it's originally for like type 2 diabetes, right?
Right. It prevents it. I don't know exactly what it does but it does curb hunger, and I believe it prevents your body from becoming insulin resistant. So it causes it to break down sugars better.
Okay. Now, but it's causing a shortage for diabetics, isn't it?
Yeah, so absolutely. People who are taking Ozempic, the rich people who are taking Ozempic as opposed to Wegovy, are causing a shortage for diabetics. Yes.
Okay, because a thing came up on the computer the other day that was like, are you having trouble? And I was like, wait, what are they talking about?
Yep. There's two or three. There's Ozempic and like two others that doctors are prescribing, and they're prescribing it off label too. Like they know it works for weight loss, but they're prescribing it even though the FDA has not cleared it for weight loss, which is dangerous because if something happens, then like the face,
right?
Like the face,
the
right?
Ozempic face.
And like Chelsea Handler, I don't know if you know this story. Have you heard this story?
No.
So she has a longevity doctor who prescribes her things to keep her living longer. Whatever, it's what you do when you're rich.
Yes.
And she was out to dinner with somebody, and like the woman she was eating dinner with was like, "I'm just gonna have a small salad. I'm feeling a little sick. I'm on Ozempic to lose like 5 pounds." And Chelsea was like, "I've been sick feeling nauseous for a while, and she looked at the drug she's on, and she was on Ozempic without noticing it. And she told her doctor, no. I am not taking diabetes drugs for people. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's Chelsea Handler, just taking drugs, take drugs. But
I know. But it's
to
just weird that, a doctor prescribing it and not even talking about it, that's crazy.
I mean, yes, it absolutely is. But who knows? It's all complicated.
It's all just like life, right?
It is.
Like this episode.
Speaking of complicated lives and our 25th anniversary, our reunion this year.
Dang it, I knew you were going to mention that.
Girl, I don't know.
Because I saw it too today.
Yeah.
I saw it too today.
I was like, oh no, are Mims and Maim going to have to go to this?
I'm glad you thought that. I was like, I need a glass of wine at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Did you drink your wine?
No, I didn't. I'll do this. It's been that kind of week.
I mean, girl, we could go. We could go.
No, but that would involve me going back to Statesville.
I know.
No.
Girl, you can bring your husband.
Why would I ever subject him to that?
He's from middle of nowhere, Kentucky. It can't be that much worse.
That's what I mean. He's going to be triggered.
Girl, it'll be great to show him off in front of some of those people. I mean...
Are you being serious right now?
Oh, yeah.
I thought we said we were never going to any reunions.
We did, but now I'm thinking about it.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I'm thinking about, in particular, the person in charge of it. And you just being like, and this is my husband, Mr. Maim.
Dr. Maim.
Dr. Maim. This is my husband, Dr. Maim. And then you can boop him, the person in charge, on the nose and say, I was never into you, and walk away. And I can be right behind him and just go, but I was. I was not. I was not, for clarity. I was not.
That was a good impression, though.
I know, right? Anyway, we're at the reunion.
Jesus Christ.
And
that took a left turn there.
Yeah, there's a little dude who wants to go dance with Suzanne, and she's like, sure, as long as you're better than you used to be. Chuckle, 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 chuckle. And then as she walks away, people immediately begin talking about her.
Swarm, whisper, whisper, whisper. She's fat.
She's so fat. And the guy dancing with her was like, well, my wife was scared for me to dance with you because she used to be a beauty queen, but now that she sees you, it's completely okay. I feel bad for the dude in this because I don't think, in fact, I know he meant it as a fat joke because that's the way this is all going. But if I had said something like that, I wouldn't have meant it as fat. I would have meant it as she sees you, she knows you're cool. It's okay. But that's, foot and mouth. I don't know which way Linda Bloodworth Thompson meant it. Probably she's fat, but who knows?
I mean, here's my issue. This is a Linda Bloodworth Thompson issue, right? Because we're well aware that they were having some issues with Suzanne, and I could not tell in this episode if everything felt very pointed, or if they were really trying to make you feel like really bad for Suzanne's character.
Yeah.
Because some of half of these things could have just been cut and it would have still been just as effective.
That's true. So she walks away and a drunk guy comes up to her and says, hey, we got that going on. What was your bra size there and now? So she leaves very upset. I would have gone, I don't know. You want to see? Put 20 on the table.
20? Girl.
It's just showing my tits. It's not that much.
Everybody's seen them.
In Raleigh, they have.
They have, girl. They have all drank from the bosom that is...
I am not a tit pig.
Oh.
Dear listeners, please don't ask what that is. I'm not explaining it.
No, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I wish you had told me that sooner, then we would have gone to a different bar. But that's good to know.
Negatory. We went to the perfect bars for me. That was that.
Yeah.
Those were good. Those were good. I've learned that as long as I take a nap, eat dinner, and start drinking at about 8, I'm good till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I learned that I learned that you should never let contestants be determined by the audience because they're not very good at judging contests.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cuba.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Cuba. Jeez, you should have won.
You were beautiful.
You should have won.
You were a handsome, sexy man.
Like in every way.
Uh-huh.
In every way.
Yep.
But you weren't tall, which apparently is the thing.
Or white.
Or white. Well, white, Latin white.
Latin white, yeah. Like that Mr. Brazil was...
Latin white.
Yeah. Do you even think he was Brazilian?
Oh no, he was Brazilian.
Okay,
I interact with some like that when I'm at.
Oh no, I just because it sounded like he was speaking Spanish and not Portuguese, and I was like,
most Brazilians here also speak Spanish.
Okay, I mean it's very closely related to language. It's very easy to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So, girl,
robbed.
There's a meeting in the ladies' room.
There's a meeting in the ladies' room. I'll be back very soon.
So Suzanne goes in the bathroom and she hears girls talking about how fat she's gotten.
I think you just screwed up your microphone.
Why?
It made a really weird sound.
Fat. Are you sure it wasn't just my voice?
Maybe it might have been both. I don't know. Column A and B.
So Suzanne cries and leaves because
I was not okay with this part. I was having my own moment just watching it.
So we're at Sugar Bakers.
Sugar Bakers.
And Julia and Mary Jo have been fasting.
It's the only funny part of the episode. Everyone.
Suzanne calls and Julia decides to go check on her. And Mary Jo's like, hey, does fasting mean no sugarless gum? And Julia's like, yes. And as she's walking out, she said, I'm going to check your breath when I get back to make sure it's not minty fresh. And as she leaves, Mary Jo just goes, bitch. Which I don't think sugarless gum is breaking a fast because you're getting no calories. You're doing nothing but chewing. I would think that's fine.
I mean, my only thought for that was you don't swallow it.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would that be, So I don't know.
Unlike your normal pastime.
I do love to drink, Henny. Yes.
That's what I was talking about.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I do love to drink. That's what I'm talking about right now.
You are a drinker, and I just thought that I would tell you that I don't remember you being much of a drinker, so that was a nice surprise. I guess it's because you had to drive. You had to drive all the way back.
I didn't drive an hour home. What do you expect me to do?
I mean, you're in Fort Lauderdale. It's got even 2 miles like an hour home.
No, but I mean, like when we were like used to hang out, I'd literally have to drive the highway over an hour.
I know.
At 3 in the morning. That's not the time to. That's not the time to have me talk.
It's not. You're right.
I love a good cocktail, Henny. I love a good cocktail.
Oh yeah, at LGBT, whatever the hell that was.
Oh God, that was so good.
Sugar in a glass.
If you're ever down here and you want to go to a gay bar, there's a Great Ball Hunters and they have the LGBT and it's delicious.
I really liked Hunters. I thought Hunters was fun.
I told you were going to like it the most. It's literally to me, it is the epiphany of like fun gayness on the drive.
Yes.
Not super judgy, not super right. The bartenders are nice. Like, yeah, I love it. I've loved it. That's been my favorite place.
Mix of the 80s, 90s, and today.
Yeah. Light 109.
Delilah.
Oh no, we're more in sync than we used to be now.
Yep.
Oh boy. We now know what the reset is like. Oh boy.
And if only there was, I know there's a late night grilled cheese place. If there only was a late night pasta place that I could get like shitty pasta and red sauce at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, there is.
No, there is. Okay.
Yeah,
next time.
Yeah, it's downtown.
Okay.
I used to go get pizzas at 4 a.m.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
How long of a drive is that from Wilton Manors?
Like 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time we'll do that. Yeah. I'm thinking about coming back next year. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know if you know.
I thought you said you were going to start coming back yearly. I got excited.
Well,
I was like,
did you tell Mr. Maim I'm planning on doing that?
Yes.
Okay. What did he say?
He was excited too.
Okay, good. I didn't offend him too much. I've tried harder.
No,
next time.
you didn't. You, oh Lord.
But we need to go to the art museum he wants to go to.
The one that he kept bringing up because we went to the wrong one, apparently.
I really liked the one we went to.
I thought it was wonderful. It's very rare to even find indigenous level art.
Yeah. Like,
so I was like,
those Haitian
the Haitian stuff. That was like, this is beautiful.
That painter was fantastic. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
And those are some huge works. Like, those weren't like small pieces.
No. And they there were some in there that I was like, meh, but the majority of them were like really well done. While y'all were watching that movie, I stood there and looked at the one that had like the woman walking away.
Yes.
Yeah, that one spoke to me a lot.
That was my favorite one.
I looked at it for a while.
That documentary in there was really good, though. I wish you'd watched some more of it. I know that you're not a documentary person, but the subject matter itself was really nice.
It's hard. It's so hard for me to do. It didn't look like it was filmed in HD, so there's that. Well, it looked like old 45 millimeter.
I mean, it's a look.
GoPros are only $300.
It's a stylistic choice, weirdo.
Yes, I know. And what they did was they probably recorded on a GoPro, then put it through an editor to make it look like that.
Dear listeners, the reason that we're on so many side quests right now is because this is a very quick episode.
Oh yeah, like, dear listeners, we still got a little more time to fill, and we've only got like a half page left. So
it's a very cut and dry episode with a lot of monologues.
So we're at Suzanne's. I'll get back to it. We're at Suzanne's, and Julia and Suzanne are having a heart to heart.
I love that show too.
Oh God, where with Gary Hart and.
Heart to heart. Yep.
where Suzanne tells a story about how she's beautiful and how she's losing and how she's gaining weight and she's now ugly, and story about Elizabeth Taylor getting fat and how, whenever you get fat, you're supposed to be ashamed. And Julia in this is kind of supportive in that you need to be who you are. But it's also, and with a little bit of fuck everybody else, but also at the same time, yeah, you're fat and there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, it doesn't actually get to the point where it's like there's nothing wrong with you. Like,
those words never come out of her mouth.
Yeah,
like,
it's like those people are terrible, but there's also nothing wrong with you. That part doesn't happen.
Right. And she's terrible too, because she said stuff about fat people in the past, right? Like, it's.
I mean, they used to have fat jokes in the first couple of seasons.
I mean, do you remember when Charlene was seeing the fat guy who wasn't that fat?
And during the pageant, when that, yep. bad track record.
So we're at Sugar Baker's again, and Mary Jo and Julia are done with their fast, so they engorge on ice cream.
Gorge.
Suzanne comes in looking fantastic.
So good.
Stunning. Like
So good.
Like mwah.
So good. So good.
She has a check for Anthony because, you know, she admits that she went over a little bit overboard because she was in a mood. Nobody blames her, at least I don't, because I would probably say the same thing. And she decided she's going to the reunion. Right?
Oh, good.
And enter in, damn it, it just keeps getting worse. Enter in the person from the World Hunger Organization and an Ethiopian kid who tells a story.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
It's a choice we're making.
Come on, Diana.
It will change our own lives.
This you make a better day, just you and me. I will never let Bob Dylan forget that he was in that song. Ever.
Oh, God.
He literally said he had no idea what he was doing there. Like, they did an interview with him later. He's like, I don't even know why I was there.
Bless his heart. Where are we at with this?
The little hungry boy.
Yeah. So he's from Ethiopia. His parents had died. I hope this is not actually
No. Not just his parents. The entire village died.
So he's a village of one. Quote Hillary Clinton, it takes a village. I don't know. I hope this isn't real, because I hope he's just some sort of, you know what? What's the name of this episode again? They don't shoot something.
They don't shoot fat women, do they? They shoot fat women.
Fat.
I'm sure he's just a little actor.
Do they? I'm just making sure. Okay, cool.
I hope he's just a little actor.
I hope so. Okay, cool. Who wrote this? Yes, it is Linda Bloodworth Thompson. Just clarify this is the full.
Of course it is.
Okay, cool.
Just you and me.
I mean, he's not. He didn't make credits.
He didn't make credits?
Mm-mm.
Well, maybe this was a real thing.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, kid. Anyway, and so Suzanne goes up to him and is just wants to shake his hand, and he calls her pretty. She's like, thank you, I needed that. So we're at the reunion. They're giving out superlatives, which
she looks amazing.
She looks amazing.
Compared to some of those women there,
yep.
I was looking at those dresses. Woof.
Julia and Mary Jo come in as emotional support after they've had their ribs, probably. And Suzanne gets the most changed award.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yes, I am the most changed, but not for the reason you think. And she reads them a little.
You could have covered that a little bit better.
Nah, it wasn't worth it.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Maim.
Yes, dear.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia world?
Ooh, y'all, Mims is running on enthusiasm fumes right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, obviously Suzanne at the second reunion.
Absolutely. Even when she's at the little pink number, which we've seen before, I love that 90. I think it's so good. Because who would wear an ostrich feather nightgown that's not a drag queen?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, not.
Yeah, not a drag queen. Yeah, that was my Miss Georgia World too. Duh. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Got a real important question for you.
I know it's coming.
Did you like this episode?
Within the context of the time period.
You're fucking kidding me right now, right?
Within the context of the time
Hold on.
period.
I need to make a phone call.
Hello.
You're fucking kidding me, right? Go on.
You just-
Go on.
within the context
Uh-huh.
of the time period.
Yeah, okay.
I want to like it, but I
Okay.
just can't.
Okay, there you go.
If you just let me finish that statement.
Well, you took too long to just say no.
I didn't take it too long
Look,
because you kept stopping me.
As someone who has dealt with their weight my entire life, who has been up and down my entire life,
Preach it, Henny. Preach
who has
it.
dealt with this my entire life, I hate this episode. Episodes like this caused people in my family so much trauma. Like, ugh.
It's crazy though, because in the context, right? Like I said, you're watching it and you're like, I know that they think they're doing something good. Like I know that they think that, but there's no like real affirmation.
No.
There's no real like, hey, this is actually there's nothing wrong with this. That doesn't ever happen.
No.
And the weird and I think for me it's I don't know, what do you call it? Like skinny people privilege, right? Like
Mhm.
that initial scene where like Mary Jo was talking about the stores and stuff, I was like,
Yep.
you should just stop talking. Like,
Yep.
just please
And I mean,
stop talking.
I feel like now you have someone like Nicole Byer in that role, and she would say, you just need to stop talking now.
yes,
And it gets handled, right? Like
this it. I mean, you're speaking on a subject like Mary Jo is not even just like not fat. Mary Jo is a stick. Literally a
Right.
petite. She's like a size 0.
or double zero. At this point, she may even be a double zero.
Yeah.
Like
And
she's tiny.
And it's just weird because it's like, I don't know. She almost, her delivery was odd. It almost sounded like she was disgusted talking about it. Like it was just, and it maybe it's just been her disgusted with like just having to talk about it in this particular episode, but it didn't feel like that.
From what we know of what's going to happen in the upcoming seasons, it really is. I don't think she was disgusted talking about it. I think Jean Smart had a little bit of problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because she left. We know that Suzanne
Left.
Delta Burke had a huge problem with this, right? That this because this is the beginning of like
this is a non-stop.
This becomes her character.
Yep.
A fallen beauty star who is fat now, and
not anything else.
Just
fat.
Just fat.
That's it.
You lose the quirkiness with her being rich. You lose all that. She's just now the fat one.
Yep.
And it put her through so much harm, psychological harm. And you know what that perpetuates? You getting fatter because you can't stress cause you to get fat. And dear listeners, a lot of the bullshit of the 80s when it comes to weight is wrong. We've learned that it's just wrong, that people are supposed to be different sizes. We don't know exactly why, but they are, and people can be fat and completely healthy. And people can be thin and completely healthy. Like it's
and people can be completely thin and then drop dead suddenly.
Yup. Absolutely. God, I mean, there are entire countries of people who are thick, and they're completely happy and yeah,
thick, Henny,
thick, like that Latino guy.
Okay.
Hey, Maim.
I was gonna die.
Why don't you tell our dear listeners so they can find you?
Hello, dear listeners. It is I, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can find me on social media at Auntie Maims with an S. You can find me performing all around South Florida, doing stand-up comedy and improvised comedy over at the Villain Theater in Miami. More about them at villaintheater.com. You can find me hosting the Amazing Colossal Karaoke Show at Killy Idol in South Beach, Miami. And every other month, I host the Black Market that's in downtown Fort Lauderdale, where we just have a good old time listening to this music and doing some drags. I think that's about it for right now. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at Divine Miss Mims. And I'm going to start streaming soon on Twitch at Divine Miss Mims. That should happen very, very soon. I'm
nervous about that.
Why are you nervous?
Because that's what you said about when you were going to release your single.
This will happen sooner than that, I promise you. And girl, that single is released. It has tens of viewers, and they're all me. Hey, babe.
I watched it.
I'm sorry. Hey, babe.
I just think you need to do some remixes and then put it on the SoundCloud so that people can find it that way. Did you know that
we have a Patreon?
Oh, yeah, that. Oh, yeah, we do have a Patreon.
Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Baby, throw somebody, hey, Maim.
Yes.
Where am I even at? Did you know we have another podcast?
Shut your mouth.
It's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes. Oh, jeez.
Did you merchandise? Did you know that we have some merchandise? If you go to mimsandmaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what I like? It's not this episode. It's not this. It's 5-star reviews and that thick Latino. Dear listeners, if you go to please leave us a 5-star review. And if you do, just be sure to say, Mims has some tastes.
I'll never, it's so funny. I love you referencing it because there's so many moments of that evening that I forgot about. And so we brought it up again. And the guy that was standing in front of me that literally was like drooling like the wolf from like cartoons when like the guy turned to the side and he saw his butt. That's burned itself into my mind.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
He was literally like, like I kept hearing culo, like, yeah, it was.
I was thinking Brunhilde from Blue Tunes. It's a man with the little pins going out.
I mean, that man was like, it was literally like after church at the Golden Corral. Like that's how he was looking at that man's behind. I'm telling you.
Oh, girl. Girl, do you have anything else to add?
I'm good.
Okay, why don't you say good night, babe?
Good night, mate.
Bye, y'all.